Man, this guy's a fucking beast, man. I love this bald-headed ass bitch, you know what I mean?
Hello everybody and welcome to this disaster of a fucking video because I am lazy and I am about 24 pages into writing the Broken Tower script and I don't even think I'm halfway done. So we're doing some bullshit this time around. And what bullshit are we doing? You can see it on screen. We're doing we're ranking the female Primarchs. Why? I don't know. I couldn't think of anything else to do on short notice. This is the thing that we're doing on short notice. And the actual interesting thing is that I asked people in my Discord, hey, defend your favorite pick, but try not to get too unhinged about it. This was an exercise in failure, and the only thing I got from it was a thumbnail. So this is going to be a disaster. What are the metrics for what we're ranking them on? That's the main thing. It's not just attractiveness because that feels incredibly vain, but specifically up here it says female Primarchs by CNBWJX. I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to translate to anything. Anyways, literally just which female Primarch is the most wife material to you. I am a very boring person. I don't find a lot of excitement in life. I don't know how to describe it. Like, the most excitement I get out of life is like going out and shooting my gun. That's about it. So when it comes to these, there's going to be very clear answers to what might be a bit too much. That being said, we're gonna still just try and be fair and objective, because some of these people have better qualities than you think, and then some of them are Conrad Kurz. There are also, if I remember correctly, actual names for the... Okay, wait, a little bit of lore before we start. So the whole reason why all this started is because this man, who I'm pretty sure is South Korean, decided... It might be a woman, actually. I'm pretty sure it's a man. Decided, I like Warhammer 40k a lot. Like, they post, like, their miniatures. I'm pretty sure they paint Ultramarines. And decided, I'm gonna go ahead and draw all the Primarchs. I'm gonna go ahead and draw all the Primarchs as women and see how it goes. And honestly, it seemed like a very good creative exercise, and it also came out with a lot of good art. This man decided to draw all the Primarchs as female, and at some point, Grimdank became aware of them like a year later or something, which really shows you how slow information goes by between the internet for some reason. But Grimdank got a hold of it, and the entire Grimdank subreddit turned into a fucking disaster. It became a sub where people were making memes about the female Primarchs, and the memes turned into thirst posting, and then the thirst posting turned into fan fiction, and it turned into an entire AU, which stands for Alternate Universe for those who are not terminally online like me, of people creating lore for the female Primarchs and for their human boyfriends and or husbands, lovers, so on and so forth. There is a whole subreddit dedicated to this called Primarch GFs. Occasionally some really good fan art comes out of it, or occasionally I see female Fulgrim's ass on a Spartan, or was it a Land Raider? I don't know. I can't show it for obvious reasons. It's a bit too much. That being said, I just don't know what to say about this. Just, this became a thing. So you can't see it on the other tab, but I have a bunch of other resources specifically about the Primarchs themselves. I don't really care about their significant others, even though there's a few interesting things that people ended up coming up about them, but that's not the point. So I'm just gonna try to, like, with the research that I have and with the knowledge that I have from browsing that subreddit every now and again, try and give a fair and objective ranking on everything. Some, by nature of who they are, because of just their 40k counterpart, are going to be better than others. And some are just going to be at the bottom of the fucking barrel. You can probably already imagine who I'm talking about. But we'll go ahead and go in order of just random. Let me just go ahead and scroll around here. Who are we going to do first? Vulcan, who I'm pretty sure they renamed her to Hestia, because I think Hestia is a Greek god of home and the hearth, I believe. So a lot of the updated art is just better. This Vulcan one, in my opinion, is not great. The other one is much better. Instead of having like red fiery hair, she has, and her eyes just being straight red, she actually has like white hot hair. It looks very interesting. But like the same things apply between 40k Vulcan and just female Primarch Vulcan. This is such a stupid fucking video. A lot of self-sacrifice, very poor self-preservation, but incredibly loving. And I'm pretty sure a lot of Vulcan's characterization especially on the internet, has been both enhanced and ruined by the fact that emperors if the emperor had a text-to-speech device exists. So very, very friendly, cuddly, wants to hug everything type deal. It's basically just like a giant teddy bear of a human being. And also, you know, the bonuses of she's a blacksmith, she's able to make things very, very well. We almost probably would never need to do anything around the house yourselves. Granted, look at these women. I don't think they would like let you do anything. I think you're the fucking stay-at-home husband, or still wife. I don't know. Maybe you're into this. Maybe the male Primarchs don't do anything for you. For the 1% of the female viewer audience. Oh my god. That being said, because I'm trying to be objective, but I also want to give a little bit of my own opinion in there. When it comes to Vulcan/Hestia, for the life of me, I can't look at her anything more than a friend, if that makes sense. She's undoubtedly incredibly sweet and kind and just wants the best for you. And I would also reciprocate that in the same nature of, yeah, same. I want you also to be happy. This sounds so fucking weird. This is how terminally fucking online and mentally ill I am. But that being said, design-wise, the new one, fucking killer. Holy shit. Also, yes, a lot of these designs are accentuate certain parts of the female anatomy because, one, of course, it's Warhammer. Two, artist is South Korean. They do that stuff. The Asian artist market is very different to the Western artist market, and you just have to accept it. If that bothers you, kick rocks. So, well, I personally would not go for her. I think she still firmly belongs in A tier by virtue of her just being an awesome, heavy quotations, human being. Also, she's like 11 feet tall or something crazy like that. I forget how tall Vulcan is. Is Vulcan 11 or 14 feet? She's the biggest of them all. That's all you need to know. But yeah, if you like just good home life in general. That being said, you're probably gonna have a lot of emotional turmoil by the fact that she ends up getting killed all the time. Next one is going to be, oh Jesus Christ. Okay, all right. This is gonna make me some enemies. Next up is Angron, who I don't remember what people named her. Hold on. I think it's Atalanta. Yes, people named her Atalanta. All right. I just gotta be honest about a few things. I don't like Angron, like, at all in 40k. This is a me thing. I hate Angron. Sure, Angron's story is sad, but also at the same time, it's also a poorly written story just because of Big E, and dude, she has fucking wires in her head. Jesus Christ. People who say, I want a woman who would just absolutely kill me, are liars. That is just objective fact. Nobody wants that. Also, I don't know how to explain this, but just between her and every other one of the female Primarchs, first off, we already know, like, all of them are, like, super fit and muscular because peak human anatomy and all that shit. Because of her time as a gladiator, also the several thousand scars, which, I mean, some people are into that. I am, to some degree. Because of the several amount of scars, the fact that she worked as a gladiator for most of her life, and also the butcher's nails and stuff. How do I say this without sounding incredibly rude? There's no way for me to say without sounding incredibly rude. She looks like she would fucking reek. Between the anger issues, between the fact that she probably wasn't the most cleanliest person throughout her life, and also, yeah, honestly, it's more or less just the anger issues. That being said, because of how terminally ill in the mind people on the internet are, they interpret a lot of what you would do for Atalanta is like, oh, I could fix her. You can't. You can't fix her. No, that's not what's happening. It is, however, a lot of like, what is it, like, we're dating now, except or I'm gonna crush your skull type shit. So if you're into that, if you're into a woman who is very commanding and very demanding of you, not even necessarily demanding, honestly, just wants you to just be there, I can see the appeal. for me and for my own safety, I'm not gonna put her at the lowest, but I definitely don't want any part in that. That's a big no from me, dog. I doubt I'm gonna get as much hate in the comments for it. But Jesus, also no, we're not trying to consider everybody turning traitor. We're just considering them as is. I don't know if I said that. All right, next one. How much worse can it be? Okay, that's not a terrible start. Lionel Johnson, also known as, I think, Leona. I'm pretty sure I knew a woman named Leona at some point in my life. Very just knightly woman. I like at a certain point. This is fucking once again me being terminally online. At a certain point, it's just Artoria from Fate. Whichever variant is more of a hard ass. I think Lancer is probably more of a hard ass. We're not talking about alters. Alters are just like, I'm pretty sure most of them are evil, but whatever, anime, people like evil women. I can definitely see the appeal for her. Also, just like conventionally attractive looking woman. There's no wires coming out of her head. She just looks very, very unhappy, but also at the same time, she's straight up a Arthurian legend, like straight up king knight shit. This, like I said, a lot of the things that translate from the male Primarchs translate really well to the female Primarchs. Really, really handy with a sword. Not meant to be an innuendo. Really handy with a sword. Really good in a fight in general, no matter what. Very duty bound. It probably doesn't talk much, probably doesn't open up much, but if you're into, it's kind of like dating a woman who's like super into fitness. If you're into being with a woman who would teach you how to duel, teach you how to handle a sword, maybe not necessarily teach you how to smith, because that's a heavy quotations commoner's occupation. It's more of a specialist thing, but I'm not getting into that argument of medieval times shit. It feels like outside of like private areas, probably not much interaction, and the only interaction you would get is probably just like occasionally just like keep your head down or don't get killed or like follow orders. But if you like not necessarily a tough nut to crack, because there's no cracking this nut. This nut is stronger than fucking adamantium. If you're like a person who is not publicly affectionate, but privately they're probably a little bit more open with you, more vulnerable, there's definitely a reason to like her. I just can't get over the fact that she's honestly just like looking at her design. It'd be like parts of her, she is actually just straight up Artoria. It's very, very funny. That being said, Lion in the history of Warhammer, and most of this history gets translated 1-to-1, is a fucking hard ass. And we are talking about a Great Crusade era of these Primarchs, so that's definitely losing a lot of points for me. But out of just respect of not wanting to get killed, we'll put her behind Hestia. I don't know if I'm making good arguments for all these characters, honestly. I'm trying my best, man. This is a stupid fucking video. Oh my god. Okay, next one. Let's land on somebody who's not insane. Okay. Not necessarily insane, but also just not the best person. I believe they named her Morrigan. But Mortarion. Stinky girl. Morgan. She has I mean, this is just by virtue of just the death card existing. Looks fucking awesome. Even without the armor, she has a very cool, like, it's between Mad Max and my friend who won't shut the fuck up about this book series, Locked Tomb aesthetic, which is so fucking cool. That being said, she looks ashy as fuck. Just like dry skin, cracked, literally cracked to the point of like causing scars on certain parts of her. Insane daddy issues to the point where like it probably not probably not healthy. Also, how do I describe this? Like just very broody, not melodramatic. That feels a little bit, yeah. But it'd be very, very hard to get her to open up. Like, I'm trying to remember like most bits about Mortarion, because Mortarion is honestly just an asshole, but incredibly stubborn, just so fucking stubborn, which is I'm noticing is a theme for a lot of the Primarchs now I'm thinking about it. That being said, honestly, not that bad of a pick. Like, I don't know if Mortarion actually smelled. People make jokes about Mortarion smelling. I don't know if that's actually a thing. But, I mean, it's not a bad pick if you're into somebody who is just, like, maybe not the happiest in life. Not necessarily suicidal, but just, like, kind of hates the world and never grew out of that type shit, which, raising my hand for a little bit, not a bad pick. Honestly, yeah, no, not really. Also, she's quite literally, I think between all of the Primarchs, just speaking about Mortarion and her, the toughest of them all because of growing up on, it's not Barbarous, I forget the name of the planet they grew up on, but the toxic shit planet. Very fucking tough, so there's probably very little chance of them ever getting killed in combat, so that's actually a pretty nice bonus. People make jokes about her, like, liking perfumes and gardening, but I feel like it's a bit too on the nose for Death Guard. But the perfume stuff, honestly, that would kind of make sense. Because, yeah, it probably fucking smells. But yeah, I cannot get over this design. Honestly, not the most toxic person you could be with. For my own personal taste, because I've dealt with people like this is the first S tier for me. I really love a lot of things that are going on with her. If it was just normal Mortarion, I would say no, because first off, I like women, spoiler alert. But like I said, we're talking about these characters in terms of like being wife material. I can handle being with a person who just hates the world and wants to brood and occasionally share their hobbies with me. Because guess what? I'm also that fucking person. That's the first S tier, but they're not my favorite pick out of everything. Let's see, who is next? We're doing the big heresy. That's a lot of words on that one. Horus, which I'm pretty sure people named her Hathor. Hathor or Isis, but we're gonna go with Hathor because one of those is not a Islamic extremist group. It really just boils down to the question of, before their fall, would you have followed Horus into battle? Most people would say yes, and this, like I said, we're talking pre-heresy. Hathor's whole drip, it's literally just Horus, which is just like very, very good. Even translated into this art, the fucking talents are crazy. That being said, another very funny and cool thing about her is that because, like, it's the Luna Wolves, her hair is stylized to look like she has, like, wolf ears, and it's really, really fucking funny. But yeah, no, just, like, incredibly charismatic, strong leader, very, very reliable, has probably the heavy quotations best job in the Imperium, and also, by virtue of it, also the worst job in the Imperium. Like, not a bad pick, honestly. And like I said, we're talking about pre-heresy, so this is like, everybody liked Horus. Everybody liked Horus. So, yeah, like, this is just a definite, before the fall, if I had no idea that the fall was happening, I'd say yeah. Behind Mortarion, because I prefer brooding, because I'm a fucking loser. But yeah, no, this is a definite S tier pick, I would say. We haven't ran into many people who are that bad. There's one more that's worse. Don't you worry. The basis of this is that, like, if you're not in D, you're a good pick. It's just like, this is like specific. This is just like, yeah, I can see it. Definitely yes, but there's some things stopping it. And then just for me personally, and also just probably for everybody else, perfect. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about her, because like, it's literally just Horus. Extremely charismatic leader, works their ass off, and fucking succeeds. And honestly, probably like given the fact that it's Horus and just like all the charisma that man had, probably just a joy to be around. Yeah, no, I think I'm firm in saying S tier. What is this? What the fuck is this video, man? Robot girly man. There's not much on this one, I don't believe. Let me go look because I think another one got uploaded. A lot more. Okay, so I mean, everybody knows Gilliman. Giant fucking bean counter, bookworm, fucking pencil pusher. Really cares about like actually keeping things stable, making sure things aren't falling apart. Incredibly practical, but also a very, how do I describe this? Like empathetic person, I would say. So somebody who's able to understand your struggles because they've also been through a lot, and because of having to manage fucking Ultramar and the Ultramar sector. Yeah, just a very stable home life. There's how do I describe it? Like peak breadwinner wife. Like wife is a businesswoman, wife is a CEO, something like that, working her ass off, keeping what is probably just a monster of bureaucracy and inefficiency alive. Which probably also means she's incredibly fucking stressed. But because of who she is and how she deals with life and the hurdles that it throws at her, probably just like keeps it down. Worst case scenario, bottles it up. And yeah, I don't like it's Gilliman. What did they name her actually? I think they named her it's not Regina, it might be Regina. Named her Juno, right? Fucking Greek. I keep forgetting, or Roman actually. Keep forgetting. No, just a very decent pick. Not my favorite, and as I say that, I am going to be putting her behind Lion. Not, like I said, not the most exciting, so this should honestly be perfect for me. But also at the same time, just that woman's gonna be busy, man. She's probably like, I mean, granted, all of them are gonna be busy, but especially her, because when the war is done, the fight isn't done for her. You gotta think about logistics, you gotta think about piecing everything back together, you gotta think about reconstruction. It is going to be a very long and arduous process for her. No, definitely an A tier pick. We're actually, like, aside from this psychopath, doing pretty decent. Not gonna lie. Alright, next one is, gotta check again. Oh, okay. Alright, well, this one's not gonna win me any favors. Corvus Corax, also known as, where is your name? This is not in alphabetical order. Cora or Corvus with ESS. They did not try with this one. So I'm just gonna say Corvus. Corvus Corax. Very, like, I mean, it's honestly a flip of the coin when it comes to the Primarchs, but very not good childhood. Enslaved. Thankfully, did not get the butcher's nails put in her, unlike Atalanta over here. But I did a video on the Raven Guard, and I find Corvus a lot more interesting as a character. A lot of people thought like, oh, she's like emo, but like, no, it's more like just like, I don't want to say alternative, because alternative means 50 million different fucking things, but just like more like a goth or like metalhead type shit is what's coming from her. Like, first off, a freedom fighter, started a rebellion on her own home planet, succeeded in that rebellion, killed a lot of fucking people, loves guerrilla warfare, but also at the same time, she's just a very like level-headed person, very pragmatic. Doesn't, how to describe this, doesn't let her emotions get the best of her, at least for the most part, until the heresy starts, because things get very emotional at that point. Also, I remember seeing a thing a while ago where people were, I'm sorry, I'm scrolling. I saw a thing a while ago where people were making a joke saying, what is it? Because of like Corspake, being like, it's like sign language. She would probably teach you sign language, which is honestly just like a very small thing, but it's also just very, very adorable, because once again, people sharing their hobbies with their loved ones. It's a very sweet thing to do. Yeah, I don't she's definitely more on the reserved side, especially probably with the majority of her family, which is another thing that I probably should have been considering, because this one and this one don't get along after a little bit. Very good, and it's crazy to say this, but because like everybody looks at her and thinks like, oh god, goth mom, but just like very vanilla choice. There's nothing particularly wrong with her. That being said, I am a sucker for black hair. I am a sucker for tamed goth women as an aesthetic. Not overly, not bombastic. There's a term for it. Grandiose? No. Like not leading into it so heavily. Just like black hair, looks moody. I guess a Wednesday Addams feel, but not the animated one because her head looks fucking weird. But like that kind of thing. Just straight black hair, very very curt. Definitely not an approachable person at first, but still. Also, just I like bird shit, raven skulls, the feathers. It all looks fucking cool. That jetpack looks so fucking clunky. Continuing on. Oh no, I didn't want to have to do this one right now. Okay, everyone's gonna learn a few things about me. I'm just putting her down here so we know who we're talking about. Lehman Russ. Name is Freya. There's actually a good name. Freya or Frigg. Frigg is. I know Frigg is actually the name of a Norse god, but Frigg is also just very funny. All right. Loud. Loves drinking. Party animal. Will wrestle the shit out of you. Will probably put you through a fucking table. Loves fighting. Loves getting into bar fights. Loves getting into fist fights. If it's a fight and it involves alcohol, probably the best person you would ever want to be with. Definitely the alcoholic and jealous type. Just looking at her, Jesus fucking Christ, would probably fucking kill people on a whim for you without you even saying anything. As someone say is like as a comment, she definitely snores loud as fuck. Yeah, like just fucking heavy quotations. Princess Tomboy. Princess Tomboy who would send you through a fucking wall. I'm not gonna make any friends by saying this. I don't like her. There's a lot of reasons why I don't like her. She's probably great to hang out with, but I don't drink. Little known fact about me: I hate alcohol, and I don't like people who drink alcohol. I don't like people who drink a lot of alcohol. It is a personal thing for me. I'm not Mormon. I'm Catholic. Before anybody says anything, no. But alcohol doesn't taste good. I don't see the point in drinking it. I'd rather be spending my time actually drinking stuff that actually tastes good and doing things that I actually like and will be able to remember and not have a headache the next morning. This woman just straight up is drinking. What do they call it? Like mead, I think they call it in the Space Wolves. Yeah, it's mead. I'm pretty sure. Which, by the way, you would not be able to drink as a human being because it's like literally poison. But it gets Space Marines drunk, so they drink it. I just, like, I can't get behind this woman. Also, not to mention the fact that Lehman is very compulsive and doesn't think and is an asshole to their siblings. That it's just like I could not. It's one thing if your family is terrible to you. Like I don't talk to members of my family because they were terrible to members of mine, or like very close members of my family, so I avoid them. But it's another if you're just a dick, just a dick. That being said, more approachable than this one, so I'll put her in B, just to be nice. There's other people who belong here, but we'll get to that in a bit. I don't like alcoholic party animals. I am a very boring man. I'm sorry. Okay, speaking of boring, Ferris Manus, also known as don't tell me they called her Farah. What's her name? I know you put your okay. No, they called her Farah. God damn it. All right, Ferris Manus. Basically, Fulgrim, but not Fulgrim. I say Fulgrim. Basically Vulcan, but just way more mellow, way more curt, very, I don't want to say closed off, but also just like, yeah, probably also closed off. It's just like, it's in the same way I don't see the appeal of Ferris. Like, definitely a hard ass because, haha, flesh is weak, but there's also another part of the whole flesh is weak thing. What is it? It's the flesh is weak and then something endures. I don't remember the name of it. I'm sorry. But also, like, same thing. Very handy with electronics, with machinery, with all sorts of things. If you need something fixed, she would be fucking perfect at it. Also, not bad looking. You do have to remember the metal hands, hence the name Ferris Manus. You do have to remember the metal hands if that is a problem for you, which some people it is. I may be one of these people. But I also, at the same time, like, she probably is not doing well, especially after arguing with Fulgrim. She's probably does not have the greatest mental going on right now. And, you know, the whole thing with her Legion literally tearing themselves apart and augmenting themselves because, haha, the flesh is weak, and completely misinterpreting her teachings to the point where she honestly might have a lot of self-doubt and probably feel like a failure, which, yeah, I could see that. I don't remember when the Iron Hands started ripping themselves apart. I think it was towards the end of the Great Crusade, but yeah, definitely a woman with a lot of internal baggage, with a lot of I don't want to say imposter syndrome, but definitely feels like she needs to prove herself. But before the heresy starts, good friends with Fulgrim, which is honestly really nice to know that she at least has a friend, and that she isn't an asshole to everybody. So for that, honestly, put her ahead of Robot Girly Man. Put her ahead. I'm a sucker for black hair. What can I say? God, I'm a fucking loser. Why am I doing this? Oh, all right. Well, we go from iron to iron. Perturabo, which I'm pretty sure her name is Petra. Her name is Petra. Okay. I don't like this woman. There's a difference between brooding, being somewhat standoffish, and just being a straight up asshole. A straight up terrible person who may or may not be autistic. I can empathize with her, but it doesn't mean I want to marry her. She's definitely the type of person who would be holed up in her workshop all the time. Definitely the type of person who doesn't want to have conversations, but more or less just wants to tell you stuff and why you're, not necessarily why you're wrong, but it's kind of framed like that. Massive introvert. Definitely has the capacity to care about things. It's just really fucking difficult because, once again, may or may not have autism. That being said, if you're to the point where, like with all these people, where you're relatively close to them, may or may not be a good thing with her specifically, because, but it's a very, like, delicate balance of trust. So, I mean, I'll just go ahead and, like, out myself a little bit. I've worked with autistic people before. Gaining their trust is really difficult, and losing it is incredibly fucking easy, which is really, I don't want to say annoying because I don't want people with autism to feel bad about that. And I'm talking about like severe autism, like very, very deep into the spectrum. I'm not talking about people who like trains and shit. I'm talking about people who like need help, like therapy and stuff. Those are the people who I've worked with. But once you have that trust and you have a deep understanding of that person, the relationship that you're able to build with them is honestly very beautiful. That being said, I don't particularly like her design. That is because it is just Perturabo with boobs. There is another design that I've seen which doesn't do me any favors because it looks very like East Asian market of girl bikini armor, but the hair is what I love the most about it, and I'll try to post a picture of it. I just like I don't know how to describe this. I understand her. I empathize with her because like I had a little bit of these struggles when I was young as well. I don't know if I'd be willing to go through that all over again and help somebody else through it. This is also an Iron Warrior channel. So, top of A tier. Like her more than her. Also, you know, robots, automatons. So, yeah, you know what? I take back what I said. There you go. You deserve to be in this part. It's a difficult road, but for me specifically, it's a road that I know I can go down and I can get to the end of it. It's just gonna fucking suck. Oh, okay. Well, this is just an immediate S tier. Sanguinius, or what the hell they call it? People call her Sanguina or Angela. Yeah, Angela sounds a lot better, honestly, because you know, Angel. The problem with loving the problem with loving Sanguinius or Angela, whatever you want to call her, is you know how it ends with her, and that's the fucking tragedy of it. She is legitimately, of all of them, the best. She is the best of all of them. Someone said like very like big sister energy, which I don't. That's somebody's fetish leaking out. Incredibly loving, incredibly kind. A fucking paragon of what it means to be a fucking Primarch. A paragon of what it means to be a part of the Imperium. Also, once again, angel wings. And, you know, armor. Fantastic. Just everything about her. Fantastic. But you know how it ends. And you know you're going to be alone. So the question is it worth the pain at the end if everything leading up to it was almost literally perfect? Like, I'm not trying to think about the heresy as much, but with her, the heresy is a massive, massive thing. We all know she's S tier. We all know she's S tier. But it's just like, are you willing to take that pain? I would say I'm not, because I've had my heart broken in certain ways, and it was not good. For anybody who doesn't know, I think I've talked about this before. One of the times I ended up getting my heart broken, I went and played For Honor. That was not a game I should have been playing, but thank God I didn't play League or something at least. But like, rough fucking time. Yeah, no, just we all know she's an S tier, and like we can't deny it. And I'm even willing to say better than Horus or Hathor, whatever you want to call them. It's just gonna suck after she dies, dude, because nothing's gonna be able to fucking compare. This one's still at S tier at the highest for me because I like brooding, moody women who are not gonna crush my skull. But yeah, no, just Angel Girl goes high up in multiple ways. I'm thinking about it. Get it because she's dead and she's in heaven. Oh, Magnus. What fuck ass name did they give her? It's something stupid. Magnolia, Magna, or Madonna. They really could not come up with anything for her. That's fucking. But like nerd, hippie. How else do I describe her? Bookworm, library girl. Definitely had an AO3 account. But also at the same time, we're going past that because legitimately just straight up a witch. She can summon spells, she does rituals. All of the tomes that she's reading actually lead to things. So there's like something that shows up for her efforts. Would you be willing to deal with somebody who has the capacity to do magical stuff and trust that they don't abuse that power? I don't want to say I don't want to immediately go to like the Magnus did everything wrong bit, but like Magnolia, whatever you want to call her, very much cared about their sons, their Marines. But everything that ends up happening because of it, because they weren't thinking, is not only tragic, but insanely irresponsible. That is a thing that I cannot get behind at all. If you're into the whole magic girl hands you a crystal type shit, oh, you're now put under her spell, you first off seek fucking help. Secondly, good for you, I guess. But there's also the bookworm nerd aspect of it, which I know a lot of people like, but For me, the downsides outweigh the upsides. So you go up here next to your best friend. Not down here. This is still manageable. These two I just don't like. This one is just danger zone. We only have 6 more left. I feel like I've been recording for fucking ever, man. This is so fucking terrible. Oh, look at that. We went from bad to worse. Rogel Dorn. What did they call her? They called her Regalia. That's once again, we're not even trying. I mean, just take all the things about Perturabo, but just make them worse, because Perturabo or Petra will at least like lash out and let her emotions be known. This motherfucker bottles everything up. Doesn't speak a fucking word on anything. Hiding her emotions, incredibly blunt to the point of like can't lie, which is a benefit of it in and of itself, I guess, but also at the same time like, ugh. Yeah, no. Just the good thing is that she would definitely be incredibly protective of you if that ever becomes a problem for some reason. Also, the other thing, I don't know how often she was leaving Terra because of the construction of the Imperial Palace, but like you'd be on Terra for a while, and then the heresy hits, and yeah, sure, she survives the heresy, but like she was not doing fucking well. Well, like I said, we're not trying to talk about the heresy as much as it's gonna keep leaking in because that's just how it is. Workaholic, very busy. I mean, she's constructing the palace. Doesn't show a lot of emotion. Still very loyal. So it's not like you have any problems there. But I'm an Iron Warrior channel, so ahead of Angron. I'm joking. She goes up here. Actually, she's like, oh no, she goes back here. I'll take Lehman over her any day. I don't know. When you're not getting like any reaction from anything, or like you can't get a read on somebody, it becomes very disheartening to try and to even try. Sure, there's some people who don't show a lot of emotion. They're able to work on it with their partner, but like, let me let the 1% of female audience in on a secret. Guys are fucking stupid, and not in the sense that we make dumb choices, even though we do, like the dude who bought the gorilla couch. But we are incredibly dense and cannot understand subtlety. So if you stack that on top of the fact that the person doesn't show much emotion, I am not going to be able to tell if you like me or if you hate me. And so I'm just gonna feel like I'm making you uncomfortable, and I'm gonna stop, because that's just how it is. All right, continuing on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. I can fix her. 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 No, you can't. She is, holy fuck. Like, okay, unstable, unstable mood, schizophrenic, skins people, just normally, just does that. Not like to the like almost dementia. I don't want to say Alzheimer's either, but like definitely not the best at like being there in the moments, focusing. You are a psychopath if you choose this woman. You can like her, that's fine. She's fucking hot, but God in heaven, dude, I don't know how you could convince yourself that staying with her is a good idea. Like, she's definitely it's. I don't want to say she's abusive, because the idea is that most of these people wouldn't be. Like, you could make this work. This could still work. It would just be really rough. But with her, it's a constant turmoil of just like shifting between being cognizant, going insane, and then just breaking down. And like how that's a fucking lot, man. I can't deal with that. I know my limits. I could never. If you are like a fucking like a pillar of being a positive human being and like a fucking therapist, go right ahead. I can't fix her, bro. Even before the heresy, I can't fix her. I leave that to whoever is brave enough. I am good, and I wish you the best on your journey. Okay, well, I guess we're talking about her now. Fulgrim. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm sorry. Kurz's female name is, where is it? Cassandra. Or Connie, if you're into that. But Fulgrim, who, once again, very imaginative. People called her Fulgrima. I hate this community. You motherfuckers just gave up. You could have came up with anything, man. You could have like said like Felicia or like other stuff. I don't know. But I mean, we're just gonna be objective about this, right? We're just gonna be objective about this. Objectively, the hottest one out of all of them. Like that's no fucking contest. Drop dead gorgeous. Just you look at her and your fucking soul leaves your body. Definitely way more in tune with her emotions and with being in a relationship because, fun fact, Fulgrim was married several times throughout his life and her life, I guess. But like perfectionist, loves art, loves wine, loves like food and crafts and everything. Some people say probably a sugar mommy. I don't know if I agree with that. I think this is people's fetishes leaking out. But also she has like this like, how do I describe this like feel of like Lady Geist from Deadlock, like 1920s, like roaring 20s, high society posh woman who is definitely American but considers herself more European. Like let me go look at what Appo said, because I think Appo is like one of 3 people who said anything like moderately. Here we go. Mother was chosen by the prince for her true star of perfection, the perfect duelist, the perfect artist, perfect appearance, perfect conquerors, perfect anything. Per anything less than first would be unfitting. Some people actually gave me good like things, and we'll go through this and we'll change the rankings as we go based on how people defended their Primarchs. I'm gonna tell you right now, most of these people were like, I want them to step on me. No, nobody fucking did anything, man. All these motherfuckers, I said don't be unhinged, all these motherfuckers were unhinged. But like, we have to be objective. And also we also have to remember that Fulgrim definitely had a lot of expectations mounted onto her, so she's probably incredibly fucking stressed. She's probably a person who fucking loves gossip, so if you're into gossip, she's fucking perfect for you. She probably shit talks everybody, now I'm thinking about it. But, like, artist, duelist, perfect woman, probably a freak too. She stays there for now. Don't you, there's a change later, don't you worry. But she stays there for now. Because, even I have to admit, like, I didn't find Fulgrim particularly... Like, I think Fulgrim's interesting. I didn't find Fulgrim particularly hot. And then this woman shows up. And it's like, oh no, she's hot. Oh, there we go, Lorgar. Who, I think they named her... Where is her name? Aurelia. That's a nice name. I like that. Church girl. Catholic Christian church girl, dude. Incredibly devout to her faith. Her faith is pretty much her entire personality. I think the only person she gets along with is like Magnus. I realize just by virtue of them liking books, but not the same exact books. But like, if you're into the whole, like, very faithful, I don't want to say, I don't know how to describe this because I haven't met a lot of women like this in my life. But just like incredibly faithful. I don't want to, relatively down to earth, I'll go ahead and say, because like she was preaching a faith. She wasn't the head of the faith. There's a difference. But also, goddamn, dude, she had a very fucking rough childhood. And it's to the point where it's like, you just want the fucking best for her. And you know how it ends with her. Like, oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. You have to be with the religion to begin with, because the religion is a very big part of her. She literally wrote the Bible for the Imperial faith. Like, you like church girls? You like her? I think she's great, personally. Am I into the whole church girl thing specifically? Arguments for that. I'm just gonna say the joke. She's basically based off like Christians and Catholicism, so you know she's probably also incredibly fucking kinky for people who are into that. You're getting bonked with the mace whether you like it or not. I also just love her fucking design. That's one thing that I'm like I keep forgetting to talk about. It's just like people's designs. It's just like, it's so. It'd be funny if they made her bald. I'm glad they didn't. But it's just, she gives me a lot of Azazel vibes from Helltaker. If you catch my meaning, like very very bookish, very interested in her faith and studying. Yeah, like she's good, but not perfect. Okay, you want to? Still good, but not perfect. Not perfect. Speaking of perfect, we have the only person who didn't fuck up their entire life, the Khan. Where's the Khan? I need my research. Okay, there we go. The Khan. Who? What did they name her? They named her something crazy. Alakai. That's a pretty good name. I'm not gonna lie. I like that. Alakai. Motorcycle riding, Mongolian throat singing, badass woman, big fur coat, probably has a giant fucking hawk around. Definitely a fucking adrenaline junkie now that I'm thinking about it. Just because of who the Khan is. If you like motorcycles, if you like a person, if you like literally, like, I mean, granted, all of them are tomboys, but specifically here, if you like a tomboy who would probably take you hunting and doesn't really, how do I describe it? Doesn't really like bullshit with you. Is just very honest. And honestly, a really calm and collective person now that I'm thinking about it. Like, she's perfect for you. Some people aren't into that, but like, fuck it, dude, I am. 3 best people. I don't know. I'm not a... You also got to get over like the giant lightning bolt on the face, but like, fucking be real. Like, look at her. I think you could accept the lightning bolt on the face. The giant Harry Potter mark. Yeah, no, just a good woman. Also, there's like a highlight in her hair, in her design. It looks so fucking cool. I love like highlights like that. It's so fucking nice. And once again, her design just fucking peak. Once again, the Khan just wins. And the last one, Alfarius and or Omegon, who I'm pretty sure their names are Alpha and Omega. Yeah. All right. So this is the one where I like keep debating on myself back and forth, which is very alpha legion of me. I really like her. I really like her design. I think between her and everybody else, she's the best of them. Definitely my favorite. But you also have to remember this is a woman, 2 women, assumingly you get both. So it's already a great deal. But 2 women who are master assassins, master spies, do covert ops. So it's very hit or miss whether or not you're going to be around them much. And if you are, you're probably just like hanging out back at base, waiting for them to come back. But it's also just like the what's it called? She has to be smarter than you. She has to be one step ahead of you. She has to know you better than you know yourself. There can't, because like we're trying to take all the faults of them as well. There can't be a moment of weakness for her against you. Also, not to mention that she would absolutely fucking love messing with you and playing mind games. Both of them. Probably at the same time. But also at the same time, just like fucking look at her, dude. She's fucking cool. I can't get over this design, especially the one where it's like she has like the cloak, just like straight up Metal Gear Solid mercenary woman, just fucking outstanding. And I'm not gonna lie, I person who can sneak up on me, keep me on my toes, both mentally and physically. I get it because they're taller. It's kind of for me. I'm not gonna lie. Fucking Hydra Dominatus, brother. I don't know. What do you want me to say? She Hydra on my Dama till I notice. What the fuck is wrong with me, man? But yeah, no, for me, definite S tier. Like I said, I don't like a lot of this art. I'll be showing art on screen of them, so that we can get an idea. Because like her art, fucking fantastic. It's so good. Even fucking Vulcan's, Hestia, whatever you want to call her, all of the art is so good. After these initial sketches, it's fucking peak shit. Now I'll go ahead and look at the Discord and just like see if anybody can convince me to change any of the rankings. I saw a few. Someone said Corvus is top tier. That doesn't tell me anything. Thanks, bro. Angron is top 3 because tall, muscular women that would rip you apart. This motherfucker needs help. Alfarius and Omegon would be an awesome... Yep, I can't read that one. Lionel Johnson is pretty good, depending on who's drawing her. Oh, and Lorgar. Okay, well, that's not making an argument. Okay, Jesus Christ. Femme Corvus because Femme Corvus looks like that one girl I met at a Slipknot show before the Great Plague of 2020, and she lived rent-free in my head for almost a decade now. That's crazy. Female Perch Bravo, because you now have a hot MILF who will kill you for not complimenting her dress and acts like she doesn't want affection but does. A tier. We already put her in S, so you don't gotta worry about that. I have seen a few pieces that got me intrigued. The female Dorn is probably up there. Strong-jawed women are underrepresented. Also, Alfarius and Omega are perfect for this due to an art I'll post. And oh no, he posted the art a while ago. Yeah, which is like I said, I'll be showing some of the art. No worries. Give Curse her own tier because just repeating I can fix her, I can fix her, I can fix her. Yeah, I already made that joke. Also, if you need some bonus fan art, I got a friend who drew some female Primarchs a lot. Oh no, I might have to contact table glass about that. Gilliman, because there's nothing better than a girl who can actually take care of herself. And then when planning doesn't work, she almost rips that problem in half. You've convinced me. Bump her up. And yeah, no, that's it. All right, well, that's the tier list. That's this shit show of a fucking video. I've been recording for almost an hour. This is gonna be a fucking awful video to put out. But I think the thumbnail is probably going to attract some people. I do not apologize for any of my rankings. I think I am objectively correct. Go fuck yourself. I'll see y'all in the Broken Tower video.